Hi guys, I'm back with a trading video here and I want to discuss the under 2.5 goal strategy in this video. I've been planning on making a complete under 2.5 goal strategy video, and to do that I've been trading a lot of under 2.5 goals markets because I want to learn the strategy inside out before bringing that video to you. And here are 3 tips that I have learned so far which I hope will help you if you want to implement this strategy. Before we get into tip number 1, I'd just like to point out when I'm doing the under 2.5 goal strategy, I'm entering into the market before the game kicks off and then cashing out to the market around 10, 15, 20 or so minutes after the game's gone into play, because I know a lot of people do different variations of the under 2.5 goal strategy, entering at different points, entering after goals and so on, but I'd just like to point out when I'm doing this strategy, I'm entering before and cashing out after the game's gone in play. Okay, starting with tip number 1, and that is predicting your loss. When doing the under 2.5 goal strategy, you're going to profit if there's no goal in the game, in the period of time that you got the trade open, and you'll cash out for a loss if there's a goal scored whilst your trade is open. When I first started this trade, I always found it difficult to know how much my loss was going to be in the event that a goal was going to be scored. Here I could mention that you could use software like BetAngel that has Soccermistic functionality that helps you predict what the price would be in the event of a goal, but instead I'm going to show you a far more easier trick that I have found when doing a lot of these under 2.5 goal trades. The key is to check the under 1.5 goals market price. You can easily do this from Betfair's website. You'll be able to see the under 1.5 goals price, whilst you've also got the under 2.5 goal trade price in front of you as well. So what will happen when a goal goes in is that the under 2.5 goal market will suspend and it will open at a similar price to what the under 1.5 goal market was prior to that first goal being scored. As you can see what I'm showing you on screen now, the under 2.5 goal price is currently this without a goal being scored, and if a goal was to be scored, I'm looking at the under 1.5 goal market price there because I know the under 2.5 goal price is going to be somewhat similar or very close to what the under 1.5 goals odds were just before the goal. This obviously makes sense because once the goal's been scored, the under 2.5 goal market actually somewhat becomes the under 1.5 goal market, because then it's only 2 more goals needed for that market to be settled. So how can you predict your loss? Well, again, if you have software, you could easily scroll up on the ladder in the under 2.5 goal market to the current odds of the under 1.5 goal market, and you'll see there what your estimated loss would be in the event of a goal. If you aren't using software, you could simply pretend to put a lay bet in on the under 2.5 goal market at the current under 1.5 goal price, mess around with the stakes a little bit, and you'll be able to see what your estimated loss would be in the event a goal has been scored. This has been a useful little trick that I found. It helps me easily see what my potential risk is at any current point. Obviously I know what I could take as a profit because Betfair's telling me that, but it's also so beneficial to know that should I leave this open, because I know that if there's a goal, this is what my loss is going to be, or I could cash out now for this win, and it allows you to frame your trade a lot easier and make better decisions, not being completely in the dark about what your potential loss might be from opening this trade. Okay, coming on to tip number 2, and that is whatever you're doing, do it consistently and track your results. There are several exit points that you can have in the event the trade goes wrong. So you can either cash out immediately after the first goal has gone in, or after the first goal's gone in, you can allow the trade to elapse a little bit longer, your price will start to come back in. Obviously this has a risk because if another goal goes up, you're going to have a massive loss on your hands there. And again, after that second goal goes in, you've got another decision to make. Do I cash out or do I wait for it to come down even more? As you can see, there's several things you can do. But what I recommend more than anything is to be consistent with whatever you do. And that's why I, personally, cash out immediately from the market if a goal goes in. I've been caught out several times doing stupid things by when the first goal goes in, not cashing out, letting it run further in play only for a goal to be scored not long after, and getting bigger losses than I should be getting if I'm exiting out in a better way. To get the best consistent results, you need to have your exit point well in mind, well before you enter the trade, so you know how you will react if a goal is scored. Yes, before the game you've obviously predicted that there's not going to be goals, otherwise you won't be entering the trade. But a goal can be scored at any time, and once the goal is scored, you have to know what you're going to do. You don't have to do what I do and exit to the market straight away. You could do anything. You could wait an extra 10 minutes or whatever your strategy is, but do it consistently. Because that way, as long as you're tracking all your results and doing the same thing consistently, you'll be able to see if you're actually profitable or not. If you're not doing things consistently but still tracking your results, sometimes you might have wins where you've just essentially not followed what you're supposed to do, not cashed out once the goal has gone in, and instead let the trade run on as a bet. So yes, you've got a win there, but really that's not a proper win. That's a lot of luck involved there. But if you're doing something consistent and tracking it properly, you'll be able to see if the strategy is working for you and where you need to improve. You'll be able to break down where your wins are, where your losses are, you can avoid certain types of matches, and all in all, more than anything else, it just feels better. It feels better knowing that, yes, I've entered the market, I'm going to cash out, say after 20 minutes, but if a goal goes in, I'm cashing out straight away. It takes all the thought out of it to some extent. You just know what you're going to do. All your work is then referred to your pre-match research rather than watching the market live and panicking when things are going against you. I'd like to jump in here and thank my Patreons who are supporting the channel. If you want more content like this, plus exclusive blog posts, calculators, exclusive trading videos, and also join our Discord group where we talk about trading strategies and trading results, then the link to support the channel is in the description box below. Coming on to tip number 3, and that is to trade more games. When I first started football trading, I was only trading games that I could see live on TV. I only have Sky Sports, so I was watching just Premier League games, like 2 or 3 games a week, and they were my only opportunities to trade. And for a strategy like the under 2.5 gold market, not every game is going to fit the criteria that you want to open the trade. So yes, I might have been watching 3 games a week, but there might only been one of them that was suitable for the under 2.5 gold trade. Simply speaking, that is just not enough markets. That is nowhere near enough markets. If you want to trade profitably long term, you have to trade so many more markets because you're going to have a lot of losses, you're going to have a lot of wins. The goal is to win more than you lose, obviously. In early videos, I think I remember saying that you want to watch with live pictures, but from what I've found, it's simply just not possible to find enough games that are live on TV that you can watch. Obviously, it is miles better watching a game live whilst also trading in play, and I tend to use larger stakes if I'm watching a game live. But over the last few weeks of using this under 2.5 goal strategy quite a lot, I've found that you just have to broaden your horizons and trade more football matches from more leagues. Yes, you've got more research to do because different leagues have different goal scoring patterns, but all in all, you just need to trade a lot more than you think. At least that's what I used to think. I used to not trade many matches at all, but now I trade much more. And it also psychologically feels much better because yes, you're still losing and you're losing more, so to speak, but you get used to losing. Losing is natural, it's completely normal, you're never going to avoid losses. But when you're trading so few games, those losses feel so bad. But when you're trading more games, you think, oh yeah, it's a loss, but that doesn't matter because I've won these 10 trades here. So the under 2.5 goal strategy is a very popular strategy. I like it a lot. I've been testing it a lot recently as I prepare to make that strategy video that I was talking about. I hope you found that these 3 tips have been helpful. You might already know them, and if so, sorry for making you watch this video. And if you are considering to start the under 2.5 goal strategy and you want to learn more about it, you can check out this video that I've made which describes the trade in complete detail from entry to exit.